So my story dates back to my good old Korean teaching days. I lived in a small city in the middle of nowhere, one of about 10 foreigners in a city of thousands of Koreans, most of whom had never seen a foreigner in person. Of course on TV and movies, but not in person, which made us oddities which were easily approached and touched by the ajumas, the Korean grannies, who had no personal space or boundary issues at all, because they just really liked to come up to me and touch me in my face. I didn't mind that so much because I thought they were cute and they were just, curious or whatever you want to call it. What I didn't get used to was being asked on a daily basis if I was a prostitute. The thing in that town was that if you were a foreign guy, you were assumed to be an English teacher. If you were a foreign girl, you were assumed to be a prostitute. Now, in my whole year living there, I never once met a foreign girl who was a prostitute, so I don't really know where that rumor got started. The creepiest experience I had was after my friend's engagement party. I was walking home, and it was about 3 in the morning. I don't drink, so I was sober at the time. And this guy, who may have been a little drunk, or very drunk, was standing in front of this apartment complex, and he said, "Hello." In this town, they all study English, but they don't get very many opportunities to use it. That was a sentence. So he was really excited to say hello when I said hello, and usually that's the end of it. Some random person will say hello to you on the street, and if they're really brave, they'll say, "How are you?" And that's the end of it. And of course I said hello and kept walking, thinking that was the end of it. I get to the other end of the building. He's sprinted through the parking garage. Now, this is not the kind of man who sprints very easily. He was probably about late 40s, early 50s, bald, smoking, glasses. He did not look like a runner. He ran through the building and he's like, "Hey, where are you from?" I'm like, "America?" And he kept asking me questions, so I thought, he's having a little conversation. And I kept walking to kind of give him the hint that, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and talk to you because it's really late at night and I don't know you. And you're a little bit creepy. But he kept talking to me. I kept walking faster and he kept walking faster as well. It was not looking good. Anyways, it got to the point in the conversation where he's like, "Are you homesick?" I'm like, No, I'm fine, thank you. I have lots of nice friends here and I'm not homesick." And then he's like, No, are you homesick?" I'm like, "You just asked me that. I'm not homesick. Leave me alone. Go away." He's like, No, are you homesick? I can help you with your homesickness." I'm like, "I'm not homesick." And he's like, No. Do you understand? I can help you with your body." I'm like, No, not homesick. No, thank you. No, thank you. Anyways, he kept following me, and eventually I stopped at the parking garage near my apartment, and he kept talking to me about, I must be so homesick, and I kept telling him, no, I'm not. And eventually, he tried to persuade me to sleep with him by telling me a story about his 2-year-old son. That will win somebody over real fast. Hey, I'm married and have a kid, but we can still have sex. The other story, and I'll try to keep it short, is the funniest time I was asked about prostitution. It was when a friend and I went to the bank to transfer money back to the U.S., and we're sitting in there in the bank, and we're already standing out so much by just being there. All the customers are kind of watching us, see what we're doing, and where we sit and that, and all the tellers are kind of looking at us, hoping that we won't go to their counter. So we take a number, and we're sitting there. My friend looks over, and there's this blood pressure machine in the bank, and that seems kind of random, but there's a lot of old people in our town, so we figure, hey, it might be like a customer service thing to check your blood pressure at the bank. And so she's like, "I wonder what my blood pressure is. Do you think I can use that?" I'm like, "Nobody else is, but nobody's using it right now, so you could try. I'm sure that if it's like employees only or for special reserve customers, somebody will stop you. So as my friend, walks over to the blood pressure machine and sits down in it, everybody kind of starts staring at her, like all the tellers, all the people that work with the tellers who run papers back and forth or put money in boxes or do whatever it is they do behind the scenes at the bank, have also stopped and are kind of looking at her. And all the customers, of course, are also looking at this foreign girl sitting in a blood pressure machine, smashing random buttons to get it to work. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe I shouldn't encourage random blood pressure checks in machines that we don't actually know how to use. And my friend starts screaming, "Oh my god! Oh my god, I'm stuck! Ah, it's got my arm! How do I get out? Help me! Get over here! I don't know! Oh my god! And there's nothing I can do. I'm not a specialist in Korean blood pressure machines, but I'm kind of like, crap, what do we do? And nobody else is responding. Nobody else. Like, they can see that she's in distress, but nobody stands up and goes over there. They all just keep staring at her, because now, not only is she a weird foreign girl sitting at the blood pressure machine, she's a weird foreign girl caught in the blood pressure machine, screaming. And so I'm like, just stay still. Stop smashing the buttons. Just hold still. Eventually, it will stop. It will stop. It's gotta stop at some time, because those things inflate around your arms, and then they uninflate, or de-inflate. Just hold still. Just wait for it to end. Just wait. And she's like, "Oh no, I don't know. Oh my god, my arm. It hurts. And there's nothing really I can do except for sit there and like give her advice. And finally, it does stop. It does end. Like, she wasn't trapped in there forever. We didn't have to call like an ambulance to saw her out, or that would be the fire department or whoever, to like come and break open the blood pressure machine to save her. But she gets out of the machine and she stands up and she's like walking over to me, and she realizes that everybody in the bank has stopped whatever they were doing to stare at her. And as she's walking back, kind of doing the walk of shame thing, the woman next to me taps me on the shoulder and asks me if she's a prostitute.